Factsverse presents. This is the one hobby that Queen Elizabeth will never give up, and it proves age is just a number. Queen Elizabeth is now 93 years old, and she's the oldest British monarch ever to reign. She's also served as queen longer than any of her predecessors. The Queen has been ruling now for, believe it or not, 7 decades. Over the years, she has experienced many changes, and she has made many changes in the way that she rules. Queen Elizabeth was born April 21, 1926 at 2:40 a.m. The place she was born is now a fancy Cantonese restaurant called Hakkasan. It's located at 17 Burton Street in Mayfair. She was crowned Queen June 2, 1953. There were 20 million people watching on television. As Queen, she has been served by 14 UK Prime Ministers. A few included Winston Churchill, Margaret Thatcher, and more recently Boris Johnson. Like most countries, everybody needs a valid license to drive legally. Queen Elizabeth is the only person in the UK who is allowed to drive without one, and she can still do it today. Most of us get one birthday and, well, one birthday only. When you're the Queen, you get more than one birthday. You see, her actual birthday is on April 21st, but she has another birthday which is celebrated, and it's held in June when the weather is nicer. The Queen sent her first email all the way back in 1976. Her first Instagram posting was much more recent, 2019. Most of us aren't lucky enough to become homeowners until our 20s, 30s, even 40s. Queen Elizabeth became a homeowner when she was just 6. She got her first home from the people of Wales. They gifted her the house located on the grounds of Windsor's Royal College. I can't pronounce the name, but it means little cottage. While the Queen's expected to behave in a certain way, there are times that she's a bit unorthodox. Many people were shocked when she made a cameo alongside James Bond in a movie celebrating the opening of London's 2012 Olympics. She's also known to mingle with the tourists near her Scotland home. She understands protocol, but she does like to let loose every now and then, just like any commoner. Most people know the Queen loves animals. Her favorite breed of dog is the Corgi, and throughout her life she has owned over 30 of them. She even kind of invented a new dog breed when her Corgi mated with her sister Princess Margaret's Dachshund, and they called the puppy a Dorgie. She's also been gifted animals during her life, including a crocodile, 2 giant turtles, an elephant, and black jaguars. Those had to be cool. She doesn't keep the animals around the palace, though. They're kept in the London Zoo. Queen Elizabeth loves horses, and she says that they are her passion. Even though she's 93 years old, she still rides. It's a hobby she refuses to give up, and it proves that age is just a number. The Queen first learned to ride a horse when she was only 3 years old, and she's been doing it regularly ever since. Her favorite place to ride is around the grounds of Windsor Castle. She was spotted riding around the grounds as recently as November of 2019. She was photographed wearing a headscarf rather than a helmet to keep her hair from getting messed up. She was riding with the head groom, Terry Pendry. The Queen's ride that day was not a one-time thing. She takes her horse out regularly, and in 2018 she was riding with Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, on the day that she gave birth to Prince Louis. The Queen described herself as a fair-weather rider because she doesn't like to ride in the rain or when it's cold. Her daughter-in-law, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, says the fact that the Queen is still riding at her age is incredible. It's a common thing for the leaders of other countries to visit the Queen and her family at Buckingham Palace. When some leaders visit, the Queen will often take them riding. Sure, she doesn't force the activity on those who visit, but if the visiting dignitary does have a penchant for riding, well, the Queen is more than willing to take them for a ride around the palace grounds. She finds it to be a peaceful, calming activity, and she likes to ensure that her visitors are relaxed. She was once photographed with Ronald Reagan riding around the grounds of Buckingham Palace. The Queen's a pretty amazing lady, and she's had a pretty amazing life. The fact that she is so active at her age, it gives us all something to strive for. If the Queen can still ride horses, visit her pets at the zoo, and host world leaders and show them a good time at the age of 93, man, that should inspire us to be able to do the same. Subscribe for more.